A possible major spoiler on the outcome of the undisputed WWE Championship match between Cody Rhodes and John Cena at WrestleMania. The reason for why Christian Cage was booked to cash in his AEW World Championship contract in the main event of Revolution has been revealed. We've got the ratings for Saturday's edition of AEW Collision on TNT. A Cody Rhodes backstage segment was reportedly scrapped at the last minutes from last week's SmackDown. Seth Rollins comments on Travis Scott possibly wrestling in WWE. More details on an upcoming two-night edition of AEW Collision. Seth Rollins addresses the rumors of Becky Lynch's WWE retirement. Paul Heyman reportedly has been working on promos and character work with Bron Breakker. And more details on a possible WWE exit for Shinsuke Nakamura. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, there are plenty of news stories to get into in the world of professional wrestling. Let's begin with a possible major spoiler when it comes to the outcome of the undisputed WWE Championship match at WrestleMania between Cody Rhodes and John Cena. Now, of course, this is a bit of speculation here, but if you wish to skip ahead and not be spoiled, feel free to do so. I'll give you 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, Cody Rhodes is scheduled to defend the undisputed WWE Championship against John Cena in one of the headline matches at WrestleMania, and a spoiler has emerged on who will be leaving Allegiant Stadium as undisputed WWE Champion. Dave Meltzer noted on Wrestling Observer Radio that he expects John Cena to win the undisputed WWE Championship at WWE's biggest show of the year, and the original plan for the match was for Cena to win the bout and become a record-breaking 17-time world champion in the process. Bryan Alvarez and Dave Meltzer had the following exchange about the main event of WrestleMania, with Alvarez saying, quote, "You know Cena's winning, right?" Meltzer then said, "That was the original plan, so I expect that he is, yeah. The original plan was for him to win." Now, Meltzer recently reported that WWE's original plans for Rhodes vs. Cena would have seen the challenger turn heel at WrestleMania in a moment reminiscent of Stone Cold Steve Austin and Vince McMahon at WrestleMania X7. WWE ultimately changed those plans, though, and Cena turned heel in the final moments of Elimination Chamber, aligning with The Rock in the process. Of course, WrestleMania 41 will emanate from Las Vegas on Saturday, April 19th and Sunday, April 20th. Now, speaking of main events, Christian Cage, of course, he cashed in his opportunity at the AEW World Championship during the main event of AEW Revolution on Sunday. All Elite Wrestling seemingly wanted just to end the storyline of Christian Cage holding a contract for an immediate title shot at the AEW World Championship. Christian had held a Money in the Bank-esque contract since winning the Casino Gauntlet match at AEW All In 2024, but he cashed in the title shot in the main event of Revolution to make Jon Moxley vs. Cope a three-way. After costing the former Edge the win, Christian looks set to pick up the victory following a spear and a kill switch. Jon Moxley, however, broke up the pin and proceeded to choke out Cage to record the successful title defense. Sean Ross Sapp reported on the Fightful AEW Revolution post-show that AEW booked the cash-in as the promotion, quote, "just wanted to get this damn contract out there." Christian pitched the idea to cash in at Revolution in the week leading up to the pay-per-view. Jon Moxley's next AEW World title challenger was established at Revolution as Swerve Strickland defeated Ricochet in a number one contenders match. A future match between Swerve and Cope was also teased after Revolution went off the air. Now we have the ratings for Saturday's edition of AEW Collision. Saturday night's March 8th episode of AEW Collision on TNT averaged 363,000 viewers compared to the 280,000 the prior week. Of course, that was up against Elimination Chamber, and the 421,000 the week before that. The current 10-week rolling average is 342,000. Now, in terms of going up and down, the viewership has increased by 30% from the prior week. The key demographic increased by 67%. Now, 1 year ago this week, it drew 427,000 viewers. The 10-week rolling average a year ago was 419,000. In the key 18 to 49 demographic, it drew a 0.13 compared to the 0.07 and 0.14 the prior 2 weeks. The 10-week rolling average is a 0.12. 1 year ago, it drew the same, a 0.13 rating, with a 10-week rolling average of a 0.12. In-person attendance, WrestleTix reported that 2,869 tickets distributed leading up to the show. The arena has a capacity of 3,849 spectators when configured for concerts. The announced matches and segments were Daniel Garcia versus Lee Moriarty in a TNT Championship match, Serena Deeb versus Momo Watanabe with Mercedes Moné on commentary, Hologram versus Dralistico, and Harley Cameron in action. Now, going to last week's SmackDown, this is quite an interesting situation here. John Cena and The Rock have been absent from television since the two orchestrated and performed the attack on Cody Rhodes, which gave fans Cena's first heel turn since his original run with WWE. Last week during SmackDown, Cody Rhodes addressed the audience in the ring and challenged Cena to step up and fight him and come get some. But according to a report from Fightful Select, the champion had another segment for that night, which was cut. Quote, Rhodes was also listed as having a backstage interaction with R-Truth. However, that didn't end up happening, the report claimed. Quote, when Fightful asked why it didn't happen, we didn't get a firm answer, but the speculation backstage is that it would have affected the gravity of Rhodes' promo before, end quote. The report also added that Rhodes and R-Truth already had a backstage segment weeks prior where Truth idolized Cena, which was highly praised by fans. During last night's Monday Night Raw, Rhodes again addressed Cena and was the one to announce to the Madison Square Garden audience that his WrestleMania 41 opponent will be making an appearance on television during next week's edition of Raw. Interestingly, the crowd was divided between Rhodes and Cena, but the champion paid no heed to the veterans' fans and boldly claimed that he'll break their hearts at the grandest stage of them all when he shatters Cena's 17th World Championship reign aspirations. Considering that WrestleMania 41 is a little over a month away, fans would have to wait long to see whether Rhodes can make good on his promise or not. Now, as part of that heel turn, we saw, involvement from Travis Scott. Now, Seth Rollins was asked about Travis Scott's involvement in the show closing angle at WWE Elimination Chamber, which culminated, of course, in John Cena's heel turn. During the heel's beatdown of Cody Rhodes, Scott, who had accompanied The Rock to the ring, struck Cody on the side of the head, giving him a black eye and reportedly busting an eardrum. In an interview with WFAN, Seth gave his thoughts. He said, quote, I have mercy on Travis Scott. That is not a man that needs to be in a wrestling ring with these giant humans. No offense to him, but he's a cruiserweight brother. He can wrestle Rey Mysterio, maybe. He doesn't know what he's doing in there. He just whacked him in the side of the head, gave him a big old bruise, busted him open. Just awful. If Cody gets his hands on him, it's done and dusted. Cody isn't like Braun Strowman or Andre the Giant. He's not a massive guy, but he dwarfs Travis Scott. If he can get through Travis's team of people, it's game over for him. Cody is a very nice guy. I won't speak on his behalf, but he has an undercurrent of frustration in there, especially when he gets taken advantage of in a situation like that. Now, Cody will defend the undisputed WWE Championship against Cena at WrestleMania 41. Also asked about the Travis Scott incident was Jey Uso, gearing up for his own WrestleMania title match against Gunther. Jey appeared on Cheap Heat and had the following to say, quote, man, somebody didn't tell Scott how to work slap him? Yo, man, he probably's too damn lit. I don't know. If he would have slapped me like that, oh, hell no. I probably would have looked up Us. This dude just hit me like Sheamus. Now, going back to AEW here, a bit of an update on an interesting experimental collision. With TNT's extremely busy sporting schedule over the years, AEW has seen some of its shows preempted, moved to a different night, or not air at all in the favor of other events. However, TNT are going to be experimenting with AEW in just under 2 weeks' time, as the March 22nd episode of AEW Collision will now air in 2 parts. Dave Meltzer broke down the experiment on a recent edition of Wrestling Observer Radio, stating that the show will occur in 2 one-hour portions on March 22nd and 23 immediately after the NCAA basketball tournament, and that might give an AEW another big leading ratings-wise. Quote, the estimated time to start, it could be a little later, probably not earlier, would be 11 p.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. Pacific, because they're going to be on the regular feed, Meltzer said. The idea is to give them the benefit of 2 rather than do a 2-hour show, with the second hour being from midnight to 1 a.m., which the ratings would fall, but they're going to give them 1 hour each night coming right after the tournament game. So in theory, they should get 2 big ratings. At least the Saturday ratings should be big. The Sunday, because it's unfamiliar, maybe not. Meltzer explained that much like Grand Slam Australia, where AEW and Warner Bros. Discovery were very happy with the ratings, it would get a lot of new eyes on the company, particularly on the Sunday. He would then round off by noting this is another example of WBD's vote of confidence with AEW and platform them in high-profile TV slots, further discrediting the claims some members of the wrestling community make about Warner Bros. Discovery not being happy with AEW or their performances on television. Going back to Seth Rollins, he's commented on his wife, Becky Lynch. WWE superstar Seth Rollins has shared an update on Becky Lynch's uncertain future in wrestling ahead of an in-ring return. There's a lot of uncertainty surrounding Lynch, who hasn't wrestled since departing WWE after losing to Liv Morgan in a steel cage match on the May 27, 2024 episode of Monday Night Raw. While reports indicated that Lynch signed a new WWE contract in January of this year, the man recently noted she doesn't know what her future in wrestling looks like. Seth Rollins has now commented on his wife's status, ruling out rumors that she retired from wrestling. Noting that Becky Lynch has plans for her future in the business, Rollins told WFAN, quote, "She took a few months off. She did some television projects, so she's gearing up to get ready to come back. Don't know when that's going to happen just yet, but I mean, she is active, yes. I will not say she is retired. She's not mentioned anything about retirement. There are future plans for her in professional wrestling." Now, speaking of the future, one of the future stars of WWE is current Intercontinental Champion Bron Breakker, and Paul Heyman has been confirmed as coaching the current Intercontinental Champion in promos and character work. While Heyman continues to be an on-screen figure, recently appearing during the return of Roman Reigns last night on Raw, Triple H has also had him spend time with the son of Rick Steiner. During a recent interview in The Hollywood Reporter, Triple H revealed he tasked Heyman with coaching the current Intercontinental Champion. The WWE Chief Content Officer revealed that Heyman has been working with Breakker to develop his character and promo skills, saying, quote, "Breakker is a young guy, incredibly athletic, great character. He is a sponge. I have Heyman spend a lot of time with him to help develop him with promos, to help develop his character, to help push him in a direction. Then Paul talks to me and talks to the writers about where we do want to take that, and then he's the conduit for where we want to go to the talent." Heyman has previously praised the mind of Bron Breakker, the son of Rick Steiner, sharing details of the relationship he has with the young star. Breakker previously discussed the possibility of working with Heyman in the future, noting it could happen at some point down the line. Having signed with WWE in February 2021, Breakker had a successful stint in NXT, becoming a two-time NXT champion and also holding the NXT Tag Team Championships with Baron Corbin. The son of Rick Steiner is a two-time WWE Intercontinental Champion, with his most recent reign starting in October of last year with a victory over Jey Uso. And finally, there was a lot of speculation surrounding the future of Shinsuke Nakamura in WWE. Over the weekend, reports emerged online claiming that PW Torch's Wade Keller had stated on a podcast that Shinsuke Nakamura was set to depart WWE in the near future, with Nakamura dropping the United States Championship to LA Knight as a sort of farewell. However, these rumours were seemingly unfounded, with Keller being misquoted by social media users. Speaking on Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer shared what he has heard regarding Nakamura's status and the weekend rumours. Quote, "When that story first broke, I immediately asked WWE, and they immediately got back to me," Meltzer said. "They did not say what Wade Keller said was false. What they said was false was that Nakamura was leaving. However, there is still some uncertainty with the situation, as Meltzer attempted to clarify if the match against Knight was his final appearance with the company, and WWE was intending to bench him for the remainder of his contract. Meltzer did not receive a reply. Much of the speculation surrounding Nakamura's supposed departure was that it would allow him to return to New Japan Pro Wrestling and take part in former rival Hiroshi Tanahashi's retirement run. Quote, "I don't know when his contract is up," Meltzer said of Nakamura. "Would they allow him to go to New Japan for a one-shot? If it was Vince, I would say no. With these guys, I would say if he wants and pushes hard enough." Meltzer noted that WWE had previously allowed Nakamura to return to Pro Wrestling Noah in Japan to take part in the Great Muta's retirement. However, WWE and Noah have a closer relationship, while New Japan is associated with rival promotion AEW, which could dissuade WWE from letting Nakamura perform there. Any rate, for now, Nakamura is still contracted with WWE, and the promotion reportedly denied that they intended to release him. But there you go, guys. The latest pro wrestling news for you. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon.
Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right-hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.